We're here at the Sinopolis. Sinopolis gang. E-Man's here.
What's up, y'all?
And Tyler is here. And Tyler wants to watch Dune 2. So we are watching Dune 2. I got pretty good sleep last night, so
And IMAX.
I can't really complain. I was anticipating good sleep watching this movie, and I still might get good sleep watching this movie because I don't like the first Dune. And it was a good sleep for me then, and I believe it's going to be good sleep for me now. But the thing is, I'm not really tired, so.
Hey man, this movie
that.
might turn Jody's opinion on Dune.
If this thing put us to sleep,
It can. It's possible, yeah.
If this thing put us to sleep, it's a really bad movie because, you know, everybody's been talking, oh, this one is better, this one will be better. They've been showing these little clips and stuff. They did it the last time, and the last time they did it, it was boring.
Tyler's first time here. He's going to be able to experience what it's like.
Yep. I'm gonna get some food, get a drink. You want a drink?
Probably going to get a drink too, yeah. I'll take a drink. E-Man, what you expecting, bro?
I don't have no expectations for this, bro. I just hope it's good because, like I said, the last one was garbage. The last one, I don't like watching movies that's gonna put me to sleep. I want to watch a movie that's gonna be enjoyable.
D16, 17, 18. Auditorium 1.
You could just order at the.
At your chair.
So yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm telling you. You don't have to.
You just come and walk in, you go straight to your theater. And we are Theater 1, and it sounds like it's already going down. Let's go. Just got out of seeing Dune 2, a 3-hour movie. Thank you, E-Man, appreciate you. And these are our initial impressions coming out of the film. I'm gonna start with my dude, E-Man.
So I thought the movie this time, for the first time, that I can actually say the movie was decent. It still has some little issues to it. It was okay. It didn't put me to sleep, I'll say that much. It didn't put me to sleep. But
That's high praise.
certain details, it's like, okay, why did y'all not explain that? Not a spoiler, but it was.
This is a part 2 though. This is a part 2 though.
There was a certain detail that happened in this movie that they should explain similar, so we can like, oh shit, that's what really happened. This is why this is going down.
Like in the movie when they have that fight at the end, and in this one you see Shawnee the girl. So obviously in the first movie he wasn't where he is now. So I like that. And where he is now, I think this third movie is about to get crazy.
Is he really making a third movie?
Yeah. Confirmed it.
Initial thoughts are I didn't fall asleep, and I paid attention to the whole thing, and it's a different take on a sci-fi movie. It would really help if you really love the franchise. If you love Dune, this is probably the best movie of all time. I don't love Dune though. I don't care about Dune, but this movie did a good job of making me at least pay attention to see what they had to offer. Dune Part 2. I seen the first movie when it came out in theaters, and I fell asleep on it heavily with prejudice. You know what I'm saying? Like that. And we were throwing water in each other's faces in order to stay up. And I really don't remember much about the first Dune movie, man. You know, I gotta be honest. But after seeing this film, Dune Part 2, I feel like I wish I was able to have energy. I wish I wasn't so bored with the first movie. I wish I paid attention more to the first movie, because I believe that if you pay attention and even re-watch the first movie before watching this movie, you're probably going to know what's going on more. Things will probably connect better, and you're probably going to love this movie more. So I am seeing this film, and what I'm saying about the film is taking place from a point of basically just only watching the second film and not being a fan. With that being said, I think that this is a fantastic sci-fi movie. I think Denis Villeneuve really flexed on the camera. There's a lot of shots that he did that were really pleasing to the eye. The different factions, even though I didn't understand exactly what they were talking about, the relevance of it. Like his father, the main guy, Timothée Chalamet, his father who was killed and assassinated in the first movie. I feel like he was just like a martyr, or they got rid of him, and I never felt the pain of the father, his death. I never felt the real agony. Oh, insert it here. I never felt how that really meant a lot to the story, because I never even. Oh shoot! You want $5 too? The freak! They want $5 from your boy. Going to goddamn shit. Oh, goddamn. His son is on this mission to avenge him, and all these other people are in here saying like, "Oh, you're a Trojan one. You're this prophet, and all that." But to be honest, he never really loses sight of why he's on his mission. Even though he's this Messiah-like character, he still has that hate in his heart for the people who did him dirty, bro. From the big fat bald worm guy who has little skinny worm looking freaking offspring, to the emperor himself and all of the politicians who wronged him and tried to end their bloodline, he definitely, that path of vengeance is still within him, and that's actually a good thing. So I mean, I feel like this movie is enjoyable if you lend yourself to it and you're able to stay up and pay attention, and I think it's a good movie, man. I mean, it's just a shame that such a well-made sci-fi movie with an impactful score, really well directed, and the acting was really good. Zendaya did a good job. So, I mean, I think that it's just sad and a shame that it's the part 2 of a very mediocre part 1. And what I mean by mediocre part 1, I mean just that. This franchise could potentially be epic, but that first movie that he put out wasn't it, bro. It just wasn't it. And here's a part 2 that is way better than the first one. This motherfucker is way better than part 2, but part 1. But when you watch part 1 from a couple years ago, a lot of people are not going to watch part 2. There's going to be a lot of people who don't have YouTube channels or want to review or want to sit for another 3 hours seeing a part 2 of the first movie that bored them to death or that they just thought was mid, and want to go pay more money to go see one for 3 hours. Who's going to want to do that? A lot of people are not. Only Dune fans, cinema fans, people who were into this franchise would go do that, bro. So, I mean, can this movie make money? That's what I think about. I think about its box office potential, and I don't know. This movie, looking at the value of it, how crisp the CGI was, I mean, it looked realistic throughout this whole movie. Even the faraway shots were realistic looking. This is very much a sci-fi lover's dream, and I'm a sci-fi lover. And I might not like the story. I might not know the characters, but for somebody as disinterested as I am in Dune, this movie is really impressive, bro. Really, really impressive. And with that, I can't help but just feel like this movie cost $300 million.
Did it?
That's what I feel by seeing after what I saw. This got to be a $200 to $300 million movie.
Definitely 250 for sure, guaranteed.
Well, then, if we're talking about 250, let's say 300, because and then I'll probably even go 350 because this movie was marketed to hell. This thing had great marketing.
It did. A little bit too much too in some places.
It had too much because it showed too much.
So I remember watching a YouTube video. I think it was Jody's Corner video. Actually, subscribe to the channel.
That's not all my points. I had some good shots. I need to end this game now. Kobe.
Oh! Wait, did you shoot a free throw or a three? You shot a three? Yep. Did you shoot a free throw first? You gotta shoot the free throw, then the three.
No, he got it. He got it. He got it. He got it.
You shot the free
This
throw,
fucking
though.
bitch.
And there was an ad that played, and I was letting it play because it was Dune, and I was like, I like checking I like seeing it because I've already seen the trailer. So I thought I was just replaying the regular trailer. And then after a while, it just kept going. I think it was like an extended long
I
clip.
saw that.
It was a very
when I
long
watched Tenet.
clip. Yeah.
Was that the one that showed Thanos?
No.
It had him in it?
No,
When he
it was
in the desert?
Timothy riding a thing, the worm. And it was just like, I think it was like 7 minutes. And it was just on YouTube playing willy-nilly, like just in your face.
That's incredible.
I was like, oh man. And after a while, I was like, dang, I've already seen too much. I just let it play. It was
So
cool
when I
in the
watched
moment,
Tenet,
but
they
yeah.
showed me a 7 to 10 minute clip. You know that desert scene where he first found Pup?
Yeah.
Pup. That whole scene, I saw that
Dang.
before Tenet.
That must have been a IMAX Tenet.
It was IMAX.
exclusive thing.
It was one of those things.
And that's even more than, that's a double. That's
So
a
look at
double
that.
surprise.
So that's 15, 20 minutes of the film. So I don't know, man. If this movie, can this movie make If it is $350 million with the budget and the production and the marketing included, let's be nice and say 300 million.
I mean,
300 million all in. This movie got to make 5.
It depends on too, because of the people who read the books, the booksellers. You know what I'm saying? Like the people who are true fans of the books, the booksellers. They'll be the main ones who definitely check this movie out even more because they read the books, they know the story, they know the storyline of it, and they are the ones who enjoy it. So they're gonna love the movie as more than the next average person would.
See, they're not gonna watch Dune 1 and Dune 2 back to back. They're just gonna go catch what's in the theater.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a lot of confused people. They might like it, but I don't know if they're gonna check the next one.
This is definitely, as you were saying, like this is for sci-fi junkies. People who are sci-fi junkies are gonna love it. They're gonna be excited. People who are not sci-fi junkies are gonna be confused and be like, "What the fuck am I watching? I feel like I wasted my money." But it's enjoyable. It's good. They're gonna like, "Oh, this is tight." But what's going on here? A sci-fi junkie, they're gonna love it. They're gonna do the comparisons of it. They're gonna have time with this. You know what I'm saying? And tell their friends and the next friends about it.
Is that enough to make this movie money, bro? Like at the end of the day, it's dollars and cents. And Tyler, you told me that Denis Villeneuve announced the Dune 3 with Hans Zimmer scoring it.
Yeah, he's already started scoring it. I don't know how they do that before filming or any of that. I guess maybe that's the thing they do. But he's already scoring it, and then Denis said that he doesn't want to rush it, which was weird to me when Hans announced that he's already scoring it. That seems like a
rush.
You're already going right in.
You're already rushing it.
So that's kind of a weird, conflicting statements.
I saw an article on the internet yesterday that they moved the projections for Dune 2 to $80 million opening.
Damn.
Which is pretty good for...
Just in the U.S.?
I believe it's... No, I don't know. I can't tell you if it was U.S. or worldwide. But that sounds like...
Worldwide, I think it should be more.
U.S. hopefully. If U.S. that's good, right?
It's good for U.S.
So, I mean, $80 million, could it get to 5? Sure can, but you have to have word of mouth and a lot of people that want to go see this 3-hour movie. And that's another thing. This movie's 3 hours. In my opinion, bro, that first movie was so weak that they mismanaged the time by a lot. You bored a lot of us to death with this movie, with the first movie, and you could have really just made it more information and more story about and following the characters and getting to know them in the first movie. So by the time we get to the second movie, we care about the characters. And then a lot of us would have been set up like, oh yeah, this looks lit. But he didn't do that. I guess we can get into spoiler town if you want to talk spoilers.
Yeah, again, like things I like from the first movie was those visions that, because there's like that war at the end, that big battle scene that takes place when he's trying to get to the Emperor and the Baron. And I like seeing the difference in Shawnee versus Timothy's character when they look to the camera after they do their fight scene. Because in the first movie, his visions aren't clear and he's seeing multiple futures and he doesn't know how to control it.
Right.
And then obviously after he takes the water of life in this movie, his visions are clear and we see as the viewer that from the first movie they weren't, and now that they are, and now it's different, it's actually going to the right path. Like he said, I see all these futures, but there is a narrow way through. And now he's doing exactly what he has to, like Doctor Strange, I heard you say that in the movie.
Yeah.
So the water of life, that part really tripped me out though, because I'm like, the water of life is the blood of the freaking worm, because they stuck that needle in that damn thing and they all drinking this shit or whatever, and they're now getting these visions. How the freak that you gotta drink something, the blood of it? What are they, vampires? You gotta drink this type of shit to
that's
turn
just
you
how
into...
they shit is. Why are you complaining about that? That's
just,
not even nothing to complain about.
It's just to open their mind. I assume
that's just nothing even to complain about. Yeah. That's just how the set out how their world go, bro. What the freak?
It just sounds crazy to me that you needed this blood to be able to see the visions, because as he was
people
saying,
can say that about Star Wars. The Force, what is that, like premonitions? You're born with it. Is it it's in the blood, like, and you could control and they call it the Force, huh? That's the craziest shit.
But see, it like as Tyler was saying, with the first one, he was already seeing visions. He's already seeing that.
Yeah,
I remember.
You trash. Get the freak out of here.
I remember that.
The action was dope, especially at the end. You talked about it. The hand-to-hand combat was pretty dope. Timothée Chalamet and Elvis really did their thing, bro.
Elvis.
That back-to-back little, they choreographed it pretty good.
Yeah.
It was believable. There was some strong tension there.
Yeah.
The final scene, bro, where he just comes and just kills fat dude on the stairs like that was pretty anticlimactic.
Hello, grandfather.
The lack of blood, nothing coming out of his neck, all these neck shots with no blood in it. PG-13 is in the way, bro. They didn't have any sex. They didn't show no blood. So why is this whole PG-13 again? Like this low key, bro. This is a soft PG-13.
I think part of that anticlimactic part at the end is because since he opened his mind, he's becoming like a drone. He's
like Aaron from Attack on Titan.
He's living his life as like a puppet from the future. So like he's just doing things very calculated without any emotion like he was earlier.
Right. So basically, if you watch anime, Aaron from Attack on Titan, you know when you know everything, there's no emotion when you do it because you already know how it's going to outcome. You know the destination, so you're going to do things to get to that destination because you know there's no changing it. So that's kind of what he was doing right there.
They even spoiled that part in the movie when after he drank the water of life. You saw the end scene where he stabbed the guy from the Ralph, Fade Ralph.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so they were kind of spoiling it, but they put it so up close that you couldn't really tell who it was or when it was or where it was. So that was interesting, but I really don't know how this third movie is. I haven't read the books. So I don't know how grand or what direction they're gonna go. That's kind of, they didn't really end the movie with any like. They said take the houses in the sky, the warships to paradise, but I wish we could have saw at least something happen, at least a little bit more to lend to the future.
Yeah,
I like
this thing just ended abruptly again. That part 3 cliffhanger type shit, kind of weak, but it was very cinematic and it had a lot of great value to it. E-Man, you want to add something?
I like what they did with Zendaya, bro. She showed really good sport in this movie, bro. Her fighting scenes, her you know how they did her, man. They did it right. I mean, her being this fighter, this strong fighter, to actually push him, to give him the will to want to fight. You know what I'm saying? He already had this will, but to give him more. You know what I'm saying? To give him more to fight for. You know, because at first he didn't even want to go to the south because he felt like if he did, everybody was gonna die. But he also knew too, if he didn't, shit was gonna go to disaster. So she giving him the will to fight, and you know, her scenes and stuff, I think that was amazing. They actually gave her substance in this movie. You know what I'm saying? She had it in the first one, but it seemed like they gave her more in this one, and I like that too. They didn't just push her back.
I mean, she was only in the first one for like
5 minutes.
Yeah, a couple
That's
minutes.
Weak.
But I do like the Zendaya thing because we don't know the prophecy all the way through, and obviously characters in the movie and the world do. And there was something she said earlier in the movie
By her name.
Yeah, she doesn't like her name because it's part of the prophecy.
Yeah.
What was it? Spirit of the Desert?
Yeah, the desert tears is what brings him back, and I'm assuming it's supposed to be the love. The person the chosen one loves can only do that. That's an assumption for me, to be honest. But that's what it feels like when I think of all the connections and the way they talk about the prophecy.
Are you a Dune fan? Were you a fan of this before it came out? Like you read the book or watched the whole movie?
I don't know.
So you just jumped into
from the movie. Dune
you
1
just
and
jumped into Dune 1 and you're this passionate about it?
I'm not passionate, but like I like it, and like I like movies. Like you said, I'm a sci-fi fan.
Yeah.
I'm a movie fan, so I'm trying to take it in as I can. That's why, and I am making assumptions. So I'm sure in the comments, y'all go let me know if I'm wrong.
When I first
when
I first saw this, I thought it was like the made me interested in this is when I saw it. I'm like, oh shit, this look like some Power Ranger shit. They over here fighting using weapons and stuff like that, and it's
all right, yeah. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and review, give this thing a grade. E-Man, get your grade off.
For me, I thought it was okay. It had some enjoyable. I had some little issues with it, so I would have to give this a C.
A C, okay. Tyler, get your grade off.
I'm gonna give it a B+. B+, strong movie.
Why?
Because I like Dune 1 and I like this movie, and I feel like they connect well for me personally. And again, the score is great. The actors did a great job. Story seems like it's going in a good direction. I need a little bit more, that's why. I'm gonna go with the B+.
All right. Well, for me, we seen it at Cinépolis in IMAX. It was loud and big and huge and rumbling. Like them speakers made your whole shit rumble, and it was very, very loud and intense and cinematic. That's for sure. And the score helped with that a lot. This was well directed, well acted. You're right. Zendaya did a great job. Timothée Chalamet, and the action was great. The visuals were great. This thing checks all the boxes, bro. This thing checks all the boxes except for really one, in my opinion, and that's story. The story's lacking here, and it's not lacking in this movie so much as it was lacking in the first movie. But this movie relies on you to know all about the first movie, and I don't give a shit about that first movie, and that's a problem. So with that being said, and checking all those boxes, I think this is a great sci-fi movie, and I give it a B, man. Give that shit a B. Y'all let me know in the comment section what you guys think. We gonna keep grinding and doing what we do here on Jody's Corner. Tyler is out here visiting from Portland, bro, and I appreciate him for being here. Y'all check out his channel, TJK Creative, on YouTube.
Yep.
TJK Creative. He's gonna have his own little video on his channel or discussion talking about Dune.
Yeah.
I know in the future and stuff, all the stuff that's gonna come. So thank you guys so very much for watching. I'm Jody Joe. That sucker right there who thought this movie was Power Rangers is out. Deuces. The motherfucking studio, and Sadler Ward is joining us. He's seen Dune 2 as well, so I got to holler at him and see what he think. Here, go ahead, grab it, brother.
So a lot of my friends was like, yo, man, did you see Dune 1?
Use the stick to push it
And
down.
it was like, yeah, if
I
you
got
seen
It's over
Dune
right
1,
there. I got you.
if you seen Dune 1, you don't need to see Dune 2. It's the same thing all over again. And I was like, damn. So I went in depressed. Like, why y'all gonna make it? The movie is obviously not for kids. Y'all not making toys.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is buying them toys, okay? So why in the world when you just go
Rated R.
full frontal, rated R,
Yep.
make it an adult
I agree.
sci-fi movie, man?
mentioned that.
Yeah, I mean, whack knives with a little bit of blood on
No
it.
blood.
When I seen the fights and he was in the gladiator scene and he stabbed a dude and I didn't know whether he stabbed him or not, and I couldn't tell if the Asian guy won or he lost
That's
or
weak.
you know what I mean? And then they want to give me almost Mad Max type demographics. The one thing I love about Dune is that Dune has good art direction. The costumes of them guys wearing that, and then they can stab them and shoot them. Why are they wearing that if the wrestler, what's his name, Drax the Destroyer? If Drax don't have to wear it, why do the rest of them have to wear it? I don't understand. He could breathe regular. They didn't explain that to me. You know what I mean? I enjoyed this movie, but the whole Twilight realm, and then this bad guy is in love with this evil bad witch, and like they almost kiss. And if I'm gonna see some space sex, let's show me some space sex. Show me some body parts I never seen before. Like, give me something, bro. Don't give me regular humans like that's fun on the prom when you breathing next to the girl and you about to kiss her. But in a movie, bro, y'all taking too long. That movie with real kissing, people just getting into kissing, having sex, they could have had sex and been finished by the time y'all had one kiss. We were sitting there for 20 minutes like, is he about to kiss Zendaya or is he not about to kiss Zendaya? Is the bad guy about to... Like, the movie could have been 2 hours and 40 minutes or 2 hours and 15 minutes if they cut them kissing scenes down and just got to boning, you know what I mean? Bumping uglies. Like, that was my biggest problem with this movie is that...
The rating.
The rating...
Do you think that it should have been rated R?
It should have been definitely rated R.
I agree.
If they wanted to make a dynasty, then go ahead and make it a dynasty. If you're going to take up 3 hours of my time and show me 1 or 2 breasts, then really get to the business. You know what I mean? Godfather. What would Godfather be with nobody getting shot?
How many 13-year-olds or under were in your theater?
You know what? I seen an early morning screening, 9:45 in the morning. I was surprised it was 15 people in there, but guess what? They were all adults. Consenting adults.
I got
there to see some adult
and
shit.
there was about 100 people in there, and they were all adults.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, if we gonna go at 9 a.m. in the morning to see a film for whatever reason we did, it's 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? So, give me something. There is no way in the world that a $100 million movie should be surpassed by FX or stars that's showing real life. Yeah, I'm not there for the sex, but if you're gonna make sexual tension, then release the tension. For all crying out loud. I didn't ask you to make sexual tension, but if you're going to make it, then give me some sex to relieve the tension.
Is there anything that you think they could have done better? that they already did. You know, because I think this movie was very well done, bro. Like it was very well done. Do you think that they missed the mark on anything technical?
It was better than the first one, which is not
By a
normal.
lot. Yeah.
They called it Dune 2. Why not call it Dune Deuce? Like the letters was already there.
It's almost. Do you feel like it's almost a shame that this is a sequel to such a mediocre first movie?
People are telling me that I need to watch the first movie again, and I tried. It's hard to sit through, babe. I felt like I know the book was better, and I never read the book. I felt like I should have read the book, like because the first 40 minutes of this movie, the new one, the better one, the one I liked, I still didn't necessarily understand what was going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree as well.
I knew the characters,
yeah.
but I'm like, damn, this shit feel like a school book report that was due. Like it felt like work. And maybe I'm not as smart as some of the people in the theater, but I felt like everybody was in there lost. And then y'all introducing new characters on the second act or the third act. The whole thing is about the third act. But y'all are introducing. All right, so what's Drax the Destroyer, the wrestler's name?
Yeah.
John Baptiste.
Dave Bautista.
Dave Bautista was like the big bad, and then he ran because he was scared, and then y'all got a littler, skinnier big bad that's supposed to be the big bad that look exactly like the guy from iRobot, you know what I'm saying? Or the mouth sprayers from Mad Max.
Or Weapon X.
And everybody's dressed like Kanye West. Everybody got on black and big boots. I just felt like, and it's 3 years later, we saw that look. I like the Dragonfly planes, but I felt like if y'all are going to give me a sequel, give me new worlds, new images I haven't seen. I really didn't get anything new from this. This was more about story development. Only thing is that I was into Zendaya and her little crooked tooth. Like, I like her now. Like, she's a full-fledged. She's always been a movie star. Keep it down, E-Man. And we're trying to really establish her in her world. This movie was more about her. I wasn't as into the guy as I was him, and he was the main character. I was more into her, and oh wow, she's finally falling for him. She's going for him. So the third act made up for the first hour and a half of trouble. And I enjoyed this movie, man. I don't care what nobody say. I could watch this again, but I really got to have a lot of time on my hands. And I don't even know why.
And a lot of us do not have time on our hands. You know, that's the whole big part of it.
Well, do you need to own
time is money.
Do you need to own? I don't need the T-shirt.
I will own this. I will own this in 4K glory on its best looking way possible, and I will potentially rewatch Dune 1 to see if this. I would rewatch Dune 1 to have a reason to rewatch Dune 2 again.
The scariest
on
thing,
4K.
A mother talking to her unborn child.
Wild.
Crazy concept.
Wild.
Just like, wild. And she says this and she says that.
And while being possessed by all of the women who she took over, like that voice coming out and shit, like, bro. Some of this stuff is dumb and stuff, but
no,
you know,
I don't think that was dumb. It was crazy to me. I
think
never
it's dumb.
wrap my head around it.
Bro, that you showed the fetus
as it got bigger and bigger
like
and
that's why show that.
It was scary or weird.
No, it was just pointless. Like and it's like jarring.
I really loved him riding the worm. That was deep to see him like.
Shout out to the trailers for spoiling that.
You know what I mean? But no, I didn't see any trailers for it. Man.
Good for
I
you.
stayed away from that. But I could. The only thing is, my gripe with the worms was he rode a grandfather worm that was bigger than all the other worms.
The biggest.
I only could tell it was bigger because they said it was bigger. It looked just like the rest of the worms to me.
Right.
I didn't see no massive he's the Messiah type situation coming. And he was just regular looking. He was a Harry Potter looking type dude. I didn't think he was the equivalent for Zendaya's love interest.
He's no Arnold Schwarzenegger, that's for sure.
Nope. But yeah, man. I
all right, let's get to the end. What's your grade for the movie? Final thoughts and grade.
Final thoughts is see this movie if you invested in the first one. And you can get up, use a bathroom. You could get it there late. You know what I mean? No big deal. And still enjoy it. Don't you know, it's all about Act 3. This movie is, for the most part. And the first 20 minutes, take it or leave it, man. I give this movie a solid B. There is going to be a HBO TV show based on this, and I was just like, there's two things going on in the world. Shogun is Game of Thrones in Asia, and this is Game of Thrones in outer space. That's what I think they're going for. I can't see it any other way, but I enjoyed it, and I say go check it out if you got the time. If you miss it, you're gonna be all right. It's not the end of the world. It's not a must-see movie, but if you're gonna see it, part 2, you'll probably enjoy it.
And I will say that this movie is a must-see because of its cinematic value. Cinematically, and actually, as a movie lover, you kind of have to watch this in theaters, bro.
But yeah,
this is an experience that you want to see, even if the movie is not great or you might not like it. Cinematically, bro, it's. I think it's more appealing as a cinematic masterpiece than Avatar: The Way of Water.
that's because of the lighting, the dust,
and how you
the
see
darkness.
It too.
You can't.
That sound.
I moved my seat because there was exit rows near me with a little bit of light. It was distracting the view. This is a big screen movie. If you're watching it at home, I don't care if you got an 80-inch. Unless you have surround sound in a pitch black environment, if you have windows in your house and they're exposed, this ain't the movie for you. If you got a refrigerator, no. This is to be viewed. This is like A Quiet Place, to be viewed in complete silence in the darkness to get the best cinematic experience.